don't work until you do, according to a wise individual. We make such an effort in our daily life to hit in. We attempt to fit into specific organizations, fraternities, sorority, and so on, among certain powers. Yet the people we like the most are the ones who stand out the most. But there is no need to be afraid if you are prepared. There is no fear of failing, because even if you've walked out of anything feeling like you failed, your preparation is so powerful that you will turn that failure into the desired outcome. And the majority of individuals give up when they fail. Okay, we've all failed at some point in our lives. I'm going to keep failing at times, right? It is the most powerful tool you have, but how you utilize it makes all the difference. Back in those early days, I used to be perplexed by a lot of things. I used to be perplexed as to how two persons could work for the same organization. One can earn twice as much money this way. That used to perplex me. And it's possible they were the same age. They both attended the same high school. We live in this same neighborhood, work for the same firm, and offer the same products and services. They have the same challenges, the same traffic, and one makes $1,000 a month. The other earns $2,000 each month. That was my perplexing query. What is different between $1,000 and $2,000 a month? I wondered, and why would this long list be the same and the money be twice as much? Why would one person do 3 times as good as another? In terms of economics, now I understand that there are other paths to success. That is something I'm aware of. But what is different in this small niche of compensation? Back then, with my flawed reasoning, I was attempting to reason it out. I reasoned, well, maybe time makes a difference, right? Because they have more time, some people perform better, and you should be able to do well. I used to say, he has a lot of time on his hands. I could do well if I had all of Andrew's time. That's got to be ridiculous, right? For starters, you can't borrow someone else's time. One time a man said to me, you know, if I had some spare time, I could make some additional money. Then forget it, I said. There isn't any time to spare. I mean, when the clock strikes 12 a.m., that's pretty much it, right? You can browse around the gongs for a little while longer, but it's finished now. What could you obtain more of if you couldn't acquire more time? Which you can't. That wouldn't make a difference in economic results. And this is where the keyword comes in. Make it a point to include it in your notes. When we think about it today, the term in question is what? I also have a term for your notes. The difference in outcomes is determined by value. The difference is in the value. You can't gain more time, but you can add more value to what you have. This is the first economics lesson. Everyone should learn it from the time they are old enough to grasp what $1 is, how to earn one, receive one, keep one, and what to do with one. The first lesson in economics is that we are largely compensated for adding value to the marketplace. That is how you are compensated. You are not compensated for your time. I understand that adding value to the marketplace takes time, but you get compensated for it. Since it is true, now is not the time. Here is one of the evening's most important questions. Is it possible to double your market value while making twice as much money at the same time? Could you increase your worth by 3 times? Make 3 times the amount of money in the same amount of time? Is that something you can do? Yes, it is correct. If, and it's always if, life is regarded as the big, how true it is that Harry Truman famously stated, life is iffy. Here is the huge if we are going to think about it tonight. In the marketplace, you can do a lot better. If you go to work on yourself first, which is the focus of your lecture today. Learning to focus on oneself first. For the past 24 years, people have asked me how I developed an above average income. And the answer is to become a person who is above average. Some people want to be successful, thus develop an above average handshake. They don't bother to practice their handshake. As simple as that would be to begin with. They just let it go. They have no idea what I'm talking about. Develop an above average grin, an above average level of excitement, an above average level of interest in other people, and an above average desire to win. That, as you can see, will utter everything. Looking for an above average job with above average salary without becoming an above average person is perhaps one of life's most irritating experiences. It's called frustration. And Mr. Stephen offered me the most important clue of all. I remember the first time I met him. He told Mastar that all she had to do was learn this lesson if she wanted to be prosperous and happy for the rest of her life. So he advised, learn to put in more effort on yourself than on your job. That is the problem. In general, success and failure are slow processes, either gently constructing or gradually dismantling something. That is why I advised you to pay attention. You must keep an eye on things. You must keep an eye on everything at all times. Choose love over fear, and never allow fear turn your playful heart against you. I believe in manifesting, in laughing, a rocket of desire into the universe. And I believe that you get it when you believe it. When you feel, you have it. And that, my friends, is the key. We aim to develop acutely sensitized sensory acuity, not just sensitized sensory acuity. So we see if what we're doing is effective or not. By the way, sensory acuity is the most accurate indicator of a person's IQ. That is to say, how do we assess intelligence? The amount and quality of distinctions you have in a given situation is a measure of intelligent situation. This is something you can handle. Simply put, you haven't figured it out yet. That's correct. This is your education. This is the cost of learning something you don't know. You've got this. It has been done before. It doesn't take an nth thing to find some folks who can teach you some things you don't know. Some folks who have done it effectively can teach you how to do it. Attend seminars, workshops, and read books on how to run a firm. Change the way you see yourself and start paying attention to the small things. Recognize that no one is going to look after your business better than you. Here is how things go with the job. If you are living paycheck to paycheck right now, they will give you 1/3 of what you can survive on when you retire. They are going to give you codes. Keep an eye on the turkey because they are going to send you out to die. If I were you, before I become the leader of the world, I will go see what God has in store for me. Here are some reasons why you should take the risk. Just once, call my name. You have not been rescued by God. Simply put, name it. God has never brought you through anything if He hasn't already pulled you through. He is right now dragging you through it. And the reason I know I'm telling the truth is because if God was done with you, He wouldn't wake you up anymore. He's keeping you away because He hasn't finished with you yet. He's brought you something else. So why don't you go check it out? Why have we been given the opportunity to live our lives? Man is as if we owe him something. You owe it to yourself to be free and experience what God has in store for you. Oh, Master, it's easy for you to say, you wealthy. Did you hear what I said earlier? For 3 years I live in my car. What is the size of the jump you wish to make? You don't even have to do it. Many of you have money in the bank. It is possible that you won't have 3 years to live. You only need a little. So get in and see what you can find. Stop acting as though everything is fine in your life. Stop tampering with the faith. Stop faking it when you are in the funk. So quit tripping. I'm just saying it as it is. You don't have to believe me, but you may look at me if you want to. You can make a fortune if you work hard on yourself. If you had known me when I was 25, you would have recognized that Master is a hard worker. You would have said, I am the guy, if you knew who I was. I don't mind arriving a little early or departing a little late. I don't mind if you say something like, well, Master is a hard worker. You could wonder how he has coins in his pocket. He has no money in the bank and is falling behind on his promises. I was a hard worker, to be sure, but I was focused on my job, not on my watch. Therefore, I'm telling you that if you learn that simple little idea and begin the process today, you will be late tomorrow. Have tonight to ponder and begin a process of personal development. Make an effort to improve yourself. Make yourself more valuable in the eyes of the market. You can self-dynamically change. I'm telling you, the list of the values that you can start gaining in terms of equity is your income and economics. Work hard on yourself and build the abilities. Work hard on yourself and develop the graces if you start working harder on yourself than you do on your job. Everything you will need to become more valued in the marketplace. I'm telling you, your entire life may become a series of change promos. It's no problem increasing your value to the firm by informing you that money isn't a problem. There isn't an issue with economics. There isn't a problem with economy's future. It's no problem. If all you do is go to work on the correct thing, nothing will change. Do not attempt to alter the seas. Don't tamper with the earth. Don't mess with the sunshine. Don't try to change the weather. No seasons should be mixed up. Allow everything that is available to work its magic. Start working for yourself and on the inside. Work on your philosophy, your attitude, your personality, your language, your communication, gift, and all of your abilities. And believe me when I say that, once you start making those personal adjustments, everything will change. Because you can become more than you are. You can have more than you have. However, the flip side of the coin states that unless you change your ways, you will always have what you have. In my experience, income does not always outweigh personal development. Now, income can sometimes take a fortuitous leap, but unless you grow out of it, it will eventually return to where it was. Life has an odd way of working. If someone hands you $1 million, you will be a millionaire in no time. As a result, you get to retain the cash. Otherwise, it will without a doubt vanish. Someone once remarked that if you took all the money in the world and share it equally among all the people, it will all end up in the same pocket in no time. Incredible success is something that comes to you rather than something you work for. Success is looking for a comfortable place to call home. So rather than pursuing it, you focus on personal development. You see, the most important question to ask on the job is not what are you getting, but rather what are you becoming. What are you becoming is the most important question to ask on the job. So the real question isn't how much do I get paid here, but rather what am I becoming here is the main question. Because true happiness isn't found in the things you have. What you become holds the key to happiness. Please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more motivational videos. Peace out.